Let's take a look at using special characters and how that works and what you want to do there. Let's create a new customer and use a mic, and we'll use, oh, oops. Oh, okay. That's all that was needed there. Let me edit that. And we'll do Mike O'Brien. I think that'll be good enough for the queue. Just think if I should add another character too. So let's just do that. That'll see there was a good example there where I got added to the queue, but we didn't cut XML right there and stick it in the queue. It was a mistake. The user's going to quickly edit that customer again. So what happened is here we just have one row in the queue, and then when the QB web connector comes over, then we cut the XML. Okay, let's go over and sync that in. Okay. Go to the customer center here. Okay, see the Mike O'Brien came in, fine. And I'm going to do some tougher characters too. But let me show you what happened. And this happens in my gem. But, oh, you know, that's not a character. It's going to be an issue. Let's take, let me take like a Latin character. Let me get some Latin characters, give a good test. This is actually coming through in a very orthodox way. So I'll be right back. All right, so let's try, here's a little tougher name here, okay? Let's try that one. Web connector. Okay, looks good. And then we see Heinrich Bent came in, good. Let's look at what happened in the actual QBXML. Okay, and we did that under ASCII, so we're still doing these requests. Okay, this is the response. Let's see what we sent. So this is still under encoding USA ASCII, and we're using these, I guess they're like the HTML entities. Now, I don't know so much because the library that I've built, I'm using let's go to it. I'm using this builder gem in Ruby. Gem's a library. And it does that. Like you would stick in the type of encoding, and it handles that. So the library is handling that. So just so you know, I don't know exactly what that is in coding, but that will work. If you use ASCII and this type of encoding in your XML, so it looks something like this, then that entity encoding works well. And I experimented. You can do UTF-8 encoding. It's fine. Many do. Their examples are in them. I never had any great success with it. So on the first time I did it, I switched over to the ASCII and did this style encoding, and things worked great. So take it for what it's worth. I haven't then delved into UTF-8 because this works totally fine and handles these special characters. So I have great success with this and didn't have any good success with UTF-8, but I could have been doing something wrong, just so you know. Okay, next I'm going to go on the QuickBooks side, make some special characters, and we're going to import it in and see what that looks like. Okay, now we're going to import in Heinrich Bent to see what those characters look like when they come in and how you're going to have to handle them. So to do that is as simple as I'm just going to edit Heinrich because if you remember when we do a modify request, we have to query out for the edit sequence. So we're going to send it. So we're going to do a regular query for Heinrich Bent using the ID. We're going to get that response back, and let's take a look what that response looks like from QuickBooks. It's just like you're doing the query. And I must have this on right. Okay. All right, Heinrich and all right. Run the QuickBooks Web Connector. We'll come over to our log. Okay, so the first here is our query. We're doing by the list ID. Right up here. And this is what it comes back into. These are these entities. So again, you're going to want to consume these. And I believe my library again, or I'm not using, it's not my library. So when I consume QBXML, I use another library, and you're going to use libraries too, right? In your tech stack. But I use this tool called Nokogiri, which I've mentioned previously. Now, to build them, I use a different library. But to consume them, I use this library, which will convert all of these characters into what their proper equivalents are. So that's what they look like coming in. Your library should be able to handle them, but just so you know, if you're doing some raw response handling, that's what it looks like. That's what special characters are going to look like. And let's go off to the next video.